Hello. Over the weekend I picked up an Amiga 1000, non-functioning, obviously. It's a kind of a basket case condition. The all the parts were just kind of thrown inside, and it was kind of just stuck together loosely in the case, and then it was basically in a box. And being back in the day, I had a Amiga 500. I had an Amiga 2000, the custom tower with the hard drive and all that, and I actually did have an Amiga 1000 too. You know, and I always loved those computers. It was kind of like back in the day when computing was fun. You know, nowadays it's just kind of utilitarian, but back in those days, it was good memories. And I'd been keeping my eye out for one. But you know, if you've looked at prices on eBay and stuff for a good functional Amiga, they're pretty ridiculous for what, you know, because it's a beige box that has the Amiga logo on it, and it somehow 30-year-old technology becomes worth the gold. So, you know, I picked it up, and hopefully I can resurrect it back to life. The noticed somebody had tried to do some modifications to it, and there's some wires that are kind of daisy chained between the chips on here. And I don't know exactly what mod that is. It'd be kind of interesting to know. But that'll obviously, you know, I'll take all that off. And there's some board damage here. It's more like impact damage, like some pins got shorted together. Maybe some broken traces, but I noticed that the chip has got some, I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but there's some blisters on that chip. So my guess is that chip is toast. Have no idea what it does. I got the schematics, I just haven't gotten around to printing them out yet. But as far as that goes, visually that's the only thing I've seen on the circuitry that looks like is an obvious problem. The main board itself, it's a Rev 6. Nothing special. It's an Amiga 1000 motherboard. I mean, not too much more you can say about that. All the caps look good on it. I don't see anything obviously leaking. The power supply was disassembled. Same thing with it. The caps all look in decent shape. I don't see any bulges or leakage or anything. I don't see any really hot spots on any of the components in there. Looks like anything's toasted or anything, so hopefully that'll check out good. And it'll be one less thing to have to mess with. The case itself's in pretty rough shape. It's got a lot of gouges and chips out of it. The fan shroud, it's snapped off right here. I don't have the other piece with it. It's kind of funny. The guy's name's actually engraved on here, and what looks like a serial or a social security number. So I obviously won't give that out, but it's kind of an interesting way to ID your computer. You know, it's got a lot of issues like this. Broken off clips. That clip's bent. I'm going to hopefully heat that up and be able to bend it back. I've got the floppy drive here. Unfortunately, the bracket that goes on the side that mounts it to the standoffs is gone, so I'm going to have to try to find one of those. I don't know exactly where I'll find one. I might have to just buy a whole new drive, or a whole other drive that's got one on it. And it seems like there might be a button that goes in the case, but it's been so long I can't remember. But I think I might need a button too. If that's the case, I'll have to look into that further. But and then it does have two RAM expansions. One's the original Commodore, and then the other one here says made by Skiles Electric Works. I don't know if they made stuff for Commodore or it's a separate company. But this one does have faster chips on it. This has got 120 nanoseconds to where this has got 150. So for what that's worth, interesting thing I noticed though. And finally, it's got the cover with all the cool signatures and stuff. That's something you don't see nowadays on any kind of electronics, really. So that's one of the cooler things about the Amiga 1000. I always kind of like the Amiga 1000 as far as appearance goes. It's one of the cooler looking ones in my opinion. The only thing it's a shame about it is the 0.5 mega chip RAM, and I haven't seen anybody that's made any kind of a board that you can swap in there that will, besides like the the Rejuvenator, and I think there was a Phoenix board, and those came with the 2 meg Agnes, but something that your average guy could do at home, I haven't seen. So if anybody knows of any cool mods like that, shoot me a link or something to it. But what I plan on doing is, as I fix this thing, I'll make some videos of it just to show my progress. It might take time because sometimes finding parts you need are not exactly easy. So there it is. And any questions or comments or suggestions, feel free to put them down there in the comments. I'm always open for interesting ideas, and especially any mods, like homebrew mods that people are aware of. I've searched the internet and I've looked on AmiNet, but this doesn't seem like there's a whole lot out there, unless it's in German, and I can't seem to translate that too well. So, all right. So thanks for watching, and I'll shut up and talk to you later. Bye.